Hi, I'm Brian. Today, I'm going to be opening a Pokeball tin and a few booster packs. Yesterday was the 30th anniversary of the Pokemon franchise, and I decided to celebrate by buying some Pokemon cards for the first time in over 25 years. If you saw my previous video, I mentioned that I bought some other Pokemon card products before the Mega Charizard tin that I opened, and now I'm going to be opening what I bought earlier. I started looking into Pokemon cards again at the beginning of January, but since I was out of the loop on what the collecting culture is like these days, I figured I could just walk into any store and pick something off the shelf. Well, I was very wrong and very uninformed about that. I was not expecting to see completely empty shelves devoid of Pokemon cards, and this was the same situation at every store I went to. Some stores had other collectible cards, but it was always Pokemon that was sold out. Then I started informing myself on how scarce cards are and that the best shot at finding something was to try to go on a restock day. I wasn't planning on making a big deal about this, and this was long before I had the idea to start a second channel about opening cards and such, so I never made looking for cards a priority. However, a few weeks later, I happened to be at a Walmart and I saw some Pokemon card products on the shelf. There were a surprising amount of booster packs for Destined Rivals and Phantasmal Flames, and also these Pokeball tins. I bought a tin and 2 packs of each of the boosters. The boosters were about $5 each, but I was surprised to see that the Phantasmal Flames packs were 15 cents more expensive than the Destined Rivals packs. The MSRP for a single booster is about $4.50, but after looking it up, it seems like most retailers and online sellers are selling these packs for about $7 to $10 each. The Pokeball tin was about $18, and MSRP is around $16, but a lot of places are selling them for over $20 and even up to $30 each. I had other items I was buying, so my purchase wasn't just Pokemon cards, but as I was going through the self-checkout lane, I noticed an employee at the exit staring directly at me. Walmarts usually have employees at the doors to check a customer's receipt before they leave, and a lot of stores do this these days, but this guy wasn't checking receipts. He was glaring at me specifically and ignoring everyone else leaving the store. I didn't know why he was giving me the stink eye, but I surmise it might have had something to do with the Pokemon cards. I had no way of knowing for sure, but with everything I've learned about how stores are more proactive about monitoring Pokemon card sales and potential thefts, maybe this guy saw me scan them and locked onto me. I finished my purchase and went towards the exit, and I had my receipt in my hand. I was preparing to show it to the employee who was supposedly going to take a quick glance and let me be on my way, the same as every other time I visited a Walmart. However, the employee stuck his hand out to block my way and said, "Let me see that receipt," very sternly. This guy looked kind of like Dale Gribble from King of the Hill, if Dale was a real person and in his 70s, and he was even wearing aviator glasses and a ball cap. The employee, who I was referring to Dale in my head, took my receipt, examined it, and then stuck his hand in one of my shopping bags and began sifting through the items I just bought. I was really surprised about this action because I've never experienced this before at any store I've been to, and I wasn't sure if this guy was even allowed to do this without giving some kind of reason for the intrusive inspection. But I just stood there until he was done looking in every bag I had in my cart, and then he handed me my receipt back. I asked if everything was okay, but he just grunted at me, so I left. It was a very weird experience, and this particular employee did not give other customers this kind of treatment. When I got home, I opened the booster packs first and then the tin. The tin contained 2 packs of Destined Rivals, 1 pack of Surging Sparks, and 1 pack of Journey Together, plus 2 stickers. The packs were squished in the spherical tin, and I don't think this is a good way to package cards. When I opened the first pack, I noticed that the cards were slightly curved. You may have noticed that when I'm opening packs of cards, I try to keep the wrapping intact instead of tearing them into pieces. That's because I save the packs and use them as padding or dividers when I box up my cards. I don't know what I'm going to do with the tin since I'm not planning on putting any cards into it. Maybe I'll use it for a crafting project on my main channel. I've seen people make little dioramas and things like this before. Well, that's all I have for this video. I went to a few stores yesterday to see if I could find any Pokemon cards, but of course, everyone was sold out. I don't know what I was expecting on Pokemon Day of all days, but hey, that's how it goes. I have a few more booster packs and other stories to tell, so stay tuned for my next video. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments if I pulled something valuable.